Hey YouTube, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Toyota Land Cruiser 80 Series hardbody rock copy Katana. Super cool truck. I love it. Annoying noise, not perfect electronics, turning lights in the wrong position. However, awesome, but not cheap. So a lot of room for modification. However, the hardbody is awesome, but the rock copy Katana is not a really cheap truck. And if you're one of those guys who wants to modify his Land Cruiser anyway, with maybe better electronics, with correct lights, with a light controller, there is a new, much cheaper solution. Check this out. This is the new EazyRC Patrion. We always thought that's a copy of the Katana. It is not, but it is an awesome little truck and is way cheaper than the Katana. It's not a copy of the Katana, but the awesome hard body seems to be exactly the same body as the Katana has. And it even does have correct position turning lights. There are reasons why it's so much cheaper. Electronics are way cheaper. You can't switch on off lights as you can do in the Katana. And inside you see there are not waterproof electronics, simpler electronics. However, I'm really super satisfied with this truck. It does come in awesome packing, so not as good as the awesome or even better packing of the rock copy Katana or the Atlas 6x6. However, it does come in a super sturdy box, so even Bango chipping cannot harm it. And inside of this box there is a really pretty box showing the EazyRC Patrion. So really good packing, much better than the Hobby Plus CR18 Kratos. And inside of this box there comes this clear plastic, 3 parts. So awesome packing, really awesome. And that for this cheap price, wow. I didn't expect this. I expected a cheap truck in cheap packing, but that's not the fact. Of course, it has some downsides, but let's first show one of the upsides. There's also a sticker on the hood. Peel off, but it's not as nasty as it is in the Katana. Crazy people do already have their spare Katanas, but you know, this peel-off sticker is really hard to remove. The hood is as hard to open as in the Katana. I even scratched it when I tried to use a I even already scratched it when I tried to use a screwdriver for opening, but the Patrion does have the exact same body and the exact same hood to open, but with a nicer sticker, so you can remove it without any residence of the glue. As already mentioned, cheaper electronics, no light controller. Lights are unfortunately only on when the car is driving and they are off when the car is standing still. Rear lights only when it's driving, but it does have nice turning lights, and the body is as nice as it is in the Katana. I will compare those now, but first let's show the electronics. You get a cheap radio, so needs 3 AA's. For sure not as nice as the 3-channel radio that comes with the Katana. Battery compartment is also secured additionally by a screw, probably for children that they are not able to open it. I did already lose it, and it's really a super simple radio. It only has throttle trim and steering trim, no dual rates, super cheap plastic stuff, but it's not a problem if you want to upgrade your Land Cruiser 1 to 18th anyway. And you get a nice manual, very short, but it's okay. You get a wrench, even out of metal, and the typical USB charger, and you get 2 batteries. In contrary to the 600 milliamp hours 2S batteries, LiPos that come with the Katana and with the CR18 and the Atlas, the Patrion only does have a 380 milliamp hours LiPo battery 2S, only 5C. However, it does come with 2, and that's not a reason to buy it or not to buy it. Smaller battery does have smaller battery, of course, is easier to fit inside the hood. But here inside, this seems to be exactly the same as in the Katana. I don't see really any differences. Not waterproof, different electronics, of course, but the body seems to be exactly the same. The Katana does have this black line here, and the Patrion here it's white. Those ugly mountains are only a sticker, so easily to remove. The Patrion does come with exactly the same wheels and tires as the Katana. Those are also beadlock wheels, so cool, but no foams inside. But even the labeling seems to be the same. Shocks are different shocks, simpler shocks. This Katana does already have upgrade shocks, but this Katana does have the cheap Hobby Plus spring shocks, so not good at all. And the Patrion does also come with friction shocks, but they seem at least as good as the shocks of the Katana, so not good, but room for modifications. And I didn't find any difference between those two bodies. The black plastic parts seem to be a little darker in the Patrion than in the Katana. Maybe you can see it here on the snorkel, but otherwise this stuff seems to be exactly the same. Also the interior seems to be exactly the same. So awesome body, as awesome as in the Katana, and for people who want to modify and upgrade their trucks anyway, a perfect solution. There is a further difference I found. Of course, the axles are different. You see the pumpkins do have different shape, and the Katana does have a frame made out of metal, made out of alloy, while the Patrion does have a really sturdy but plastic frame. Don't know if that's really a downside. The Katana seems to be a little bit heavier, but not a lot. Drive shafts, plastic, partly metal parts here. So check it out. The Katana and the Patrion. Side steps the same. Tires, wheels the same. Everything seems to be extremely similar, but the frame is different. There are also the drive shafts are on different sides. Motor are on a different side, but the Patriot also does come with a larger motor, not with the tiny motor of the first CR18. Does also come with a small 3-wire servo. Seems to be the same size, even with a black servo arm. Looks better than the white servo arm in the Katana. Of course, it does also come with bushings, no ball bearings, but most of those trucks do come with bushings, no ball bearings. Only the Orlando's Mini C, the SCX24 do have real ball bearings. There is a little bit of difference here, but I don't know if that's a downside or not. And I only can say, if you wanna upgrade your 1/18 Land Cruiser anyway, that's by far the cheaper solution. The sound is as annoying as in the Katana, or even a little bit less. No, the sound is even... It seems to be more silent than the Katana. Still did not upgrade my Katana in that way. And climbing abilities, I tried. It's also a real bad climber. You can see this here. 45 degrees seems to be the maximum it can climb. But that's because of the super heavy hard body. And here, try to climb as slow as possible. Not super good, so for sure room for upgrades, but upgrading the electronics of this truck and in comparison the Katana, I don't intend to use the stock electronics of the Patrion, but I have to say, but maybe the low speed control seems to be at least on par with the Katana, but as you can see here, it takes a little bit. Well, not worse, but no waterproof electronics. Also the Katana. Really, it seems to be even... It seems to have even better low speed control than the Katana. However, I didn't buy it because I wanted to use the stock electronics. I wanted this awesome hard body. I can't say anything about durability of the drive shaft and of the mechanics now, but I can say what an awesome value for the money. And it comes in perfect packing, perfect box too, and super secure packing. So even Banggood shipment cannot harm it. But way, way, way more expensive. So that's it for this short video. That's probably the last 1 to 18th truck I will show on my YouTube channel, the last new one for some time. I bought enough, I guess, and I will show more modifications, tinkering, upgrades, and this. That's normally the stuff I like, and not only buying. But I had to buy this, and it was really a super positive surprise. Thumbs up. So that's it for this video, guys. See you in the next video, hopefully with some electronic upgrades, ESCs or whatever, shock video. Don't know yet for sure what the next video will be, but I'm sure I'll be back.